where do I begin? If you're here, you might have seen my video on TikTok about jacket guy. I figured I could do the story time in my car because we're chatting. It's more personal. I want to feel like I'm talking to you guys as friends because you are my friends. This video is going to be all over the place. I apologize in advance. So here's what happened. Every time I'm home, I go thrifting. Nothing competes with the thrift stores back home, okay? I love them. So I decided, hey, Mom, I'm gonna go spend the money I don't have at a thrift shop. I decided to go to this small thrift shop that was like in the middle of nowhere. I pull up to this place blasting my music. I got the windows down. I'm jamming out. I definitely looked like an idiot. And when I got there, there was only like 2 other cars in the parking lot, which I think one was the owners and the other one was just whoever was chilling at the thrift shop. I walk into this thrift store. There's like 2 sections. So you got the men's stuff over here, the women's stuff over here. I go to the women's section because I am a woman. I start looking around at everything in the women's section, not really seeing anything that's catching my eye. And then I look up and there's like this coat rack on the guy side. I see it. I see this gorgeous, pristine, looks brand new Levi's jean jacket. As a thrifter, finding a Levi's jean jacket, for me at least, gold. So naturally, I'm like, I gotta get that jacket. So I start speeding over to the jacket. I mean, I'm going for this jacket like it is the only jacket on earth and I'm freezing. I go to reach for the jacket and some guy reaches his hand out for the jacket at the same time, and we literally we touched hands. And it's not as cute as you think it would have been. It was actually kind of awkward. I mean, you're touching hands with a stranger during a pandemic. I sanitized a lot. Don't worry, I whipped out my sanitizer. I was like, I was clean, I promise. Anyway, our hands, you know, touched, but it was not like, ah, it was like, anyway, back to the story. So we touch hands and we both are like, ah. I look up and I see him. I see this, you know, younger looking guy. He looks about my age. He's tall. He's got that brown hair. I don't know the color of his eyes. I was not paying attention that much. And the first thing I say is, I was going for the jacket. And he said, so was I. And at this point, I'm like, okay. Then he goes, I think I saw the jacket first. Excuse me? At this point, I didn't care how good looking he might have been. I mean, he had a mask on, so I wasn't totally sure. But I don't care. All right? I knew I saw that jacket first. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw that jacket first. Anyway, we started arguing about who saw it first. And eventually, I said to him, you know what? I mean, you can have it. Mostly because the jacket was $60. Because it was a brand new jacket. It still had the original tags on it. Once I saw the price tag, I knew in my heart that I wouldn't spend the money on the jacket. Broke college girl. Can't afford things like that, all right? That's why I thrift. So he was a little shocked. He was like, oh, all right, thanks. So I start, you know, going around the store, looking at other things. Nothing really, there was nothing really else that I wanted. I see that he goes to the register. I'm not sure exactly who he was with, but it seemed like he was with his little sister. Anyway, so he checks out. I stay back for a little while longer, seeing if I can find something similar. I'm leaving and I see my car. I see a bag hanging on the mirror of my car. And initially I'm like, somebody's trying to kill me. I was worried. I looked under my car from a distance. I looked around. I made sure nobody was around. I had my key in between my knuckles. I was ready. I was ready. I walked up to the car. I looked in the bag and there was the jacket. And there was a note in it from him that said, I lied. You saw it first. P. And then he put his number in there. This man's bought me the jacket. The jacket was $60. This was a baller move. I mean, this was smooth. Anyway, I posted about it on TikTok and y'all blew it up. And then I finally texted him, found out his name was Patrick. He's 22 years old. He's in the Navy. And then I did my research. I have trust issues. I know some of you guys were worried about me too. Don't worry. He's not married. He doesn't have a girlfriend. I don't think he's a serial killer. But remember that that's always a possibility. I told myself I was not going to meet up with him just because I didn't know him and he was a stranger. But I did reach out to him. Him and I started texting. He was saying the right things. But then I found out that he was leaving and that he was only where I was because he was just visiting his family before he had to go back to base and leave where he went out to sea. And I did call him at some point. We talked on the phone, you know, everything seemed to be great. And I didn't get to see him before he left. And my only communication with him has been through email, just because that's how it works when they're on the ship. I told him about the TikTok that I posted and how it went viral, and everybody knew what happened about the story about how he bought me the jacket. And he loved it. He said it was adorable. But he did ask me to keep his privacy private. And that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I made a vow that I wouldn't follow him on any social media, and I told him not to follow me because you guys are good. I know you guys would try to search him up through who I'm following, what pictures I liked or something like that. But I thought of that. My one friend, Patrick, who I do follow, who is not the same guy, he sent me a message and he was like, hey, do you know all of these people? And he was getting DMs from people who thought he was Jacket Guy. I thought it was hilarious, but no, that wasn't him. Now let's get to why we don't really talk anymore. Here's the thing. Sorry. That was disgusting and not attractive at all. I apologize. I made a vow to myself that I would not ignore red flags anymore. I have a history of confusing red flags with green flags. Anyway, there started to become some red flags. The biggest one for me was, you know, we had been keeping in touch and stuff. There was a time where, like a day, where I, couldn't talk to him as much because I was really busy. And he got mad that I didn't answer him right away. He got triggered. Now that worries me. That's not good. We had talked about a lot of things for a while, just about what we wanted in life and like our pasts and like where we want to go in the future. Things just weren't lining up, guys. I decided that I wasn't gonna sacrifice my boundaries and what I need just because of a cute guy who did a cute thing. No, I had a good conversation with him about like how I was feeling and things like that. I told him previously, like, hey, this can't be anything serious right now. I am healing. I am working on myself for the first time in my life. I want to be single. I don't want to be in a relationship, and it feels good. He respected that, but just there was some communication issues, and I don't think we could have built something really strong. He's a great guy. He really is. He's a sweet guy. I mean, who goes out and buys a stranger a $60 jacket? I did put an end to things just because there were some red flags. There were things that I didn't want to compromise, and that's okay. I will admit I offered him if he wanted the jacket back, he could have it. And he said no. He said keep the jacket. It looks better on you anyway. So I'm keeping the jacket. Think that in the future him and I could be really great friends. But for now, I'm sorry guys, but him and I are not dating. We're not getting married, but I did have a great story to tell. My camera died, but I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and I love you guys, and bye.